the love now. Oh dear. Well, you had the opportunity to sit up there and now you don't want to. And that's your choice. Sorry about that. Hi darlings, it is I, RVA, Rebecca. I hope you are well and dandy. I am, of course. Of course, please go to Rebecca Vocal Athlete. Oh, you as well? Oh. I honestly have no words. Okay, so it's because of this comment, this has happened. I originally said in the react of Radiohead's Creep, I could talk forever, something along the lines of, I could talk 900 hours about this song. And then in the comments, someone said, I'll link it down there, but yeah, I would listen to you, something like that. And I said, if this comment gets 1,000 likes, I'll do it. And then I got a tweet from someone, hello, you. And they said, well, come on then, you know, it's time. And I was like, oh yeah. And do you know what? I've had it in the back of my head for actually quite a while, believe it or not. So you must stand by your words. And I'm going to do that. Just a disclaimer, I'm not sure if I'll reach the 900 hours, but we'll see how far we get of just a free reign of talking about Creep, because, you know, in reacts, it's very much react, analyze the voice, talk a little bit about this and that and whatever, to really get into something and actually talk about a song that you connected, that you want to talk more about. It's probably better if I do it in this video, for example, Creep, Radiohead, right? So I'll see how this goes. There's not much of a structure, but I find that it's better if I just talk and see what comes out like that. So bear with me and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so where to start? Well, do you know what? First of all, I went, there's obviously things to talk about, like his voice, which I have talked about in the react, so maybe it's best if you go on to that. I will mention it again, Sir Tom York. And, you know, I'll talk about things like the emotions, which I think is far greater, no offense, than the vocal itself. The sentiment, the idea, what the song's about, lyrical connotations, a little bit about chord progression and structure, and what it means to the world, this song. And just what I just said then, that's emotional. To be able to write a song that, well, I'm going to say everyone, because I'm sure there are people who don't like the song, but that's fine. We're all entitled to our opinions. Everyone's got one. But for generally the public, the world out there, the countless amount of people who have covered this song, I for one have as well. Obviously check it out, but you don't have to, you know. Growing up with this song and having that kind of teen, the teen brain, and having it almost as a friend, so to speak, if we can call it that. It kind of gives you the sense that you're not alone, because when someone writes a song, and I've got the lyrics up, I mean, technically I know them off by heart, but still, I'll read them out. When someone can write a song that, and there's so many of them, it's not just this song, there are so many songs that make you feel something, or out of the many emotions that the human body possesses, it's quite something. And there's a quote also, I forget, maybe one of you lot could quote it downstairs, where there's something about music and memory and the powerful tool that is in itself, which is, I'm sure it can be explained by a psychologist. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eyes, you're just like an angel, your skin makes me cry. And I think it's even those first two lines in the first verse we are kind of hooked. And some songs do that already. But it's also the formation, the structure of the song also, which plays a very important part to the song and why we love it so much. But I say the word vulnerable, but especially with this song, vulnerability, and actually what Tom York says about it's not a masculine song. It's not a I am giant standing on my shoulders. You know, that empowered kind of song, which we love as well, don't we? Because that makes us feel energized. This makes us connect in a different sense, doesn't it? In a different way. But listening to that kind of song, the other one, he sang that one, by the way, remind me. But that was just that's just popped into my head, you know. I am. It's like self-affirmations, you know, like these kind of like living the best version of yourself, feeling good, you know, empowerment, strong, strength, well-being. You can nail this well, you know, like, you know, all these positive affirmations that song brings. This song isn't that. I think it just has tendencies. It's emotional talking about it. I mean, come on. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish, and in I, you know, self. I wish I was special. You're so fucking. I never know if I'm allowed to swear. Special. And obviously there is the other version without the swearing, which some people are like, no, bring in the swear words. But then some people, I don't know if there's arguments there, but with or without the swearing, and that's something we could talk about in songs generally. Should you be swearing? It's still self-expression and all this kind of stuff. He obviously wrote the lyrics as that. You know, he wanted to write the lyrics as they are like that, but obviously, you know, with radio, we blimp it out, don't we? Blimpy blimp blip. It just goes straight into a chorus. I don't feel like, oh, they have that kind of riff. That's really interesting, actually, isn't it? As I'm thinking, playing it in my head, dun 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 dun, that kind of thing, bam bam, bam bam, which is almost just a pre-chorus in itself. Interestingly, I guess you could say that, dun dun. Isn't it, when you think about it? And then it just straight into the chorus. There's no sort of, you said the word arrogance. It's not arrogant, but it's definitely not arrogant. It's a strong kind of beat. It's a strong kind of, obviously, guitar that swings us straight into the chorus, right? But I love the fact he starts with but, actually. I never actually analysed it to this degree. But hang on, so you've gone from I wish I was special, you're so fucking special, special, but I'm not, is what he's saying. I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. And it's those words, and actually, can I just say, in terms of the structure of the chorus, how freaking short that is, because I think it's just a matter of just having those core the words hooked into us, you know. There's certain words that play on us, there's certain words, but when you're saying something like I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, taking away all the melody and all that kind of stuff, you know, what the hell am I doing here? Imagine someone said that to you, but I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, what the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. You're like, oh geez, man, do you need a hug? I mean, but you know, we've all, I like to think, well, not like, but think we've all been there where we think we are different, where we think we are unique. Although unique's a kind of nicer word for weirdo, right? And I remember growing up, probably no surprises here. Growing up, no one actually wants to be different. Nobody wants to be, I think generally it's kids or teenagers, or we want to fit in. And that's a whole other world in terms of society and needing to play the role in society, and we want to copy each other so we are accepted. So for us to be unaccepted is just unheard of. We don't want that, do we? And I had that as well. So, and it's that relatability, authenticity from this song, the expression, the feeling, you know, with his vocal as well. I'll talk about his vocal. Very sedated. I'm a creep. You know, that was an impression. I have to listen back. vocal fry. Not a great deal of compression, it's not about belting, although towards the end it's all or nothing, hence, in the react, did you say it? It was, and obviously I knew the song, but yeah, still reacting to it because I can. It's like, whoa! It throws you mercifully into extraordinary emotions. Well, maybe that's just me. But in the comments, I think a lot of people could agree with that, and actually different emotions as well, but we're all different. We're not all going to have the same feeling towards a song, and it's the explosive kind of vocal he does portray in the chorus, which sits, because you've kind of had it like, you're just like an angel, your skin makes me cry, into that bam, because I'm a, oh, not because I'm, but and then it's like bam bam bam, and it's a good song when people want to cover it, right? I think that is a huge compliment. I think for anyone who actually wants to cover a song is going to be regarded as, well, opinions again, but a great song because people want to sing what you've sung, obviously. So there is something in this song that exposes almost the human psyche, or the soul, the I'm not good enough, and that's what I'm kind of heavily invested in. Like, we are worthy, we are good enough. I say we, you as well, you are worthy, I am enough, because this song portrays everything other than that, and there is a deep sadness to it. So I'll continue. Verse 2, I don't care if it hurts. Straight away, well, that's not good. I want to have control. So he's not in control. I say he because we always play a certain character when we're singing. So I'm not going to be like, if you were singing this, I don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want the perfect body. I want the perfect soul. Okay, that might actually work, weirdly. I know I went pitchy horrendously. I want you to notice. Oh, hang on, I missed a bit. I want a perfect body. I mean, he's explaining so many different worries that we have growing up. Body awareness. I mean, come on. Growing up with thinking about what you look like, how you are, and if you don't fit in, you are a goddamn weirdo, We're now embracing weird, embracing who you are. There's already so many people in the world that want to conform and are afraid, where I am, and it's taken me a long time to kind of embrace who you are, and you find people that want to connect with you, If I was trying to conform in a different way, and I think I've tried before in the past, it doesn't work. So there you go. I don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. So not only physical, it's you, your purity, your, the whole of you, if that makes sense. I want you to notice when I'm not around. He wants the attention from her or him. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. So he's re-immersed, he's embedded that connotation. So that is an important, because when you see a repeat of a lyric, it's actually, it's there for a reason. It's saying it, but you could say, well, it's the kind of bridge almost into, and then that dun, and it says chorus play loud, interestingly. So this is the part where it's just all or nothing. And again, I'm a creep. Oh, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. And then interestingly, you get to that, ooh, whoa, whoa, and that release, whoa, that kind of stuff. And then, if someone's covering that, you can do your own agility. That's a whole, actually, 900 hours. I could talk about that. Making it your own. You don't even need to do the O's, but I think we're used to that. So sometimes you want to be respectful towards the song. I feel like I'm getting very slouchy. Just chilling with my bros. And that release. Anyway, you don't need to hear me gobble on about it, but and it's that part where it's all or nothing. If you don't sing it like your life depends on it, in his way I'm talking about, then I wouldn't say don't bother, unless you're doing your own version and you're a bit more softer with it, you know. But what he's doing, it's like, it's relentless. I don't think pitch is really on his radar when he's singing. You know what I mean, though? And I'm not like the snobby kind of, you know, no. And obviously pitch is so important, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to self-expression and the emotional exploration of a song, no. For me, technique can have a secondary place at certain times of singing. And that's my opinion. That's where I stand on that, right? Because if you're like, rah, oh, hang on, rah, running, rah, oh, let me do it again, and that's cool when you're practicing, when you're, you know, kind of going through it or working out how to sing it with vowel formation or vowel modification, you know, placement of sound. Do you want a hootier sound? Do you want a darker sound? Do you want a lighter? Do you want brighter? Do you want rasp? Do you want distortion? Do you want more power? Do you want to work on dynamics? Do you want to, you know, like a million different things can change a song when you put your own stamp on it, you know? Mm-hmm. So, but when it's something like, you know, that, don't worry, express. Because what happens, we worry enough as it is. And what he's doing, he doesn't appear to be worried. But I know, funny enough, he doesn't like singing the song. And that's a side note as well. Like, knowing he doesn't like singing the song, I'm not surprised. And not because it's a bad song. Clearly it's not. That's why I'm talking about it. But because how many times has he sung it? And if I was to say to you, okay, sing this song, you're like, okay, I can do that. Sing it again. And sing it again in front of an audience and look like you're happy. Or maybe not with this song, but you know what I mean? And sing it again and again and again. I think it's really an interesting point as well. Like the fact artists have to sing generally. Or like you too, I was thinking of them the other day. Just like, where the streets have no name. And then singing that a million times, quite literally. And still have the love or at least fake it till you make it. Look like you're enjoying it, right? Because, I don't know, even if it's your own song, do you know what? I write a song and I'm happy to sing it a few times. And then I kind of think, it's turning off. Don't turn off. You don't want you to. Turn off. Yeah, I've done that. I want to move on to a next creative endeavor. I want to move on. But I know lots of people, when they know you and know your music, they want to sing along, they want to express with you or whatever, you know, we'll do the whole don't sing, let the audience sing. But personally, and I know for other creatives and songwriters, or maybe it's just me, I don't know, like I know certain people who write, you know, and I guess the idea to them, depending if you're out on the stage performing, to sing it over and over again must be quite hard. And then maybe some days you have better days, like, okay, I love this song I wrote in 1993. I'll do it. No, it's all right, Bob. Get on the drums. Sorry, I don't do it. Yeah. Legato, held note. Angst. I'd say teenage angst, but I don't think it's just being a teenager, although a lot of us probably connect to it generally when you're younger, but throughout the journey of life. You know, but I think mainly more so, well, he wrote this, didn't he, about a girl he couldn't talk to, he didn't have the confidence, that's what he said, I think, to go up to a girl. And then it's like, how many people have, yeah, a lot of people can relate to that, right? Anyway, whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, it's kind of like a very beautiful love that's not existing, and he's so very selfless with it in a sense. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, because he loves her so much. I don't know how much he knows her. You're so fucking special, I wish I was special. Back to chorus. So it's kind of like structurally simple. It's not crazy over embellishments or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. It's like every song has a beautiful meaning within its in whatever context it has, isn't it? But I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Oh, so he's repeated that. Don't know, that's a bit too low. I don't belong here. And it just ends like that, doesn't it? So I just wanted to also talk about, interestingly, well, a few things, funny enough, but so I'll just read out on Wikipedia here. Creep is the debut single by English alternative, I like that word, rock band Radiohead, released on the 21st of September 1992. A lot of you weren't born then, were you? It appeared on their debut studio album Pablo Honey, 1993. Creep was not initially a chart success. I love those stories, by the way, because it's almost like, keep going. But it became a worldwide hit after being re-released in 1993, so only a year later. Radiohead took elements from the Hollies' 1972 song The Air That I Breathe, following legal action, but they're actually credited as co-writers. And I think, I don't know, it's a funny one to talk about, but I would, well, unless you intentionally did it and you're like, yeah, hands up, I did it, sorry guys, or whatever. But there's a whole other video on people, you know, stealing, using, borrowing riffs, or is it the chord progression? Yeah, I find that interesting. But anyway, that song, which is, I'll literally probably play a little bit. This one. This song. All I need is the air that breathes. That one. So go check it out. And what I was doing, actually, I was listening to that song. I was like, where is it copied? Where? Let me hear it. Let me hear it. I don't understand. And then I was listening to it. Doom. And you can hear, for me, it was like more about the bass. I don't know, like doom. You know, like hearing the bass, the riffs there, and the similarities. I was like, maybe there is a case. Well, there was a case. Hip hip hooray. But I think, I don't know if you guys get that as well when you listen to a song, although not, with this one I didn't get it, but I've listened to other songs, I'm like, that's so like this song. I haven't had it in a while, but you know, and you're so certain, like, oh my God, how did they get away with it? And then I guess sometimes they don't. There's a whole probably video about that, by the way. You know, like songs that have copied other songs. But this one, sadly, you know, seemed to have did that. Creep remains Radiohead's most successful single. That is a tongue twister. Successful single. The members of Radiohead grew weary of the song in later years and refused to perform it for some time. Wow. I guess that's hard because you're going to be known as that. And they're successful in so many different songs. It's not like one hit wonder, but to be known for, I don't know about just that song, but a lot of people, oh yeah, they wrote, oh, do you like Radiohead? Oh yeah, I like Creep. You know, it might be that, but I know they've written so many other amazing songs. And I had OK Computer, the album, and I just think they're such beautiful, simplistic sometimes. You don't have to overthink things and write, you know, just sometimes. So singer Tom York wrote Creep while studying in Exeter University in the late 1980s. Guitarist Johnny Greenwood said the song was inspired by a girl that York had followed around. Ooh, okay. Who unexpectedly attended Radiohead's performance. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting stalker vibes a little bit, but it you know, quote unquote, had followed around. I mean, that's an interesting, where are we going to go with that? Followed, stalk, interested, intrigued, you know, following. But it's kind of good that he's honest about that. The honesty of songwriting, or just explaining a story, songwriting. The Radiohead spontaneously performed Creep. York jokingly described the song as the band's Scott Walker song, which Slade mistook to mean the song was a cover. After some failed attempt to record the recording, Slade suggested Radiohead play Creep again. Interesting. They recorded it in a single take. That's always interesting. After the performance, everyone in the room burst into applause. Wow. That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. After Radiohead assured what's his name? Coldery. Wow. That Creep was an original song, he called EMI to let them know and consider. It was the band's first single, while the recording had minimal overdubs, and the band had not intended to release it. The producers were impressed. It's interesting, isn't it, when you get an ear for help. You know, when you're doing something yourself, you don't always know if it's going to be good or bad, and that's subjective anyway. But it's nice to have those. Well, good for them, you know. Mentioning about the swearing, the version issued for radio play replaces the line "so fucking special" with "so very special." Yeah. Radiohead worried that issuing a censored version would be selling out, but decided it was acceptable since their idol Sonic Youth had done the same thing. Nonetheless, Johnny Greenwood noted the British press weren't impressed. Oh, sorry about that. During the recording sessions for the censored lyrics, he convinced York to rewrite the first verse, telling him he thought York could do better. Blimmin' heck. Whip. Composition and lyrics. The GBC chord progression is repeated throughout the song. That's interesting. Alternated. Yeah. I find that all interesting. So it's very much repetitive, but it works. It works. And I think it's mainly the lyrics and the delivery of the vocal that combine this to be a masterful piece, of which people are still covering today, back from 1992 when it was first written and released, actually. And about the story, according to York, Creep tells the tale of an inebriated man who tries to get the attention of a woman whom he is attracted by following her around. Ooh, there it is again. In the end, he lacks self-confidence to face her and feels subconsciously is her. When asked about Creep in 93, York said, "I have a real problem being a man in the 90s." Yeah, I mentioned that. Any man who, with any sensitivity or conscience towards the opposite sex, would have a problem. It's quite interesting, isn't it? To actually assert yourself in a masculine way without looking like you're a hard rock band is a very difficult thing to do. It comes back to the music we write, which is not effeminate, but it's not brutal in its arrogance. He's good at explaining, isn't he? I like that. To assert a sexual persona, and on the other hand, trying desperately to negate it. Johnny Greenwood said the song was in fact a happy song about recognizing who you are. Well, there is that as well. You know you're weird, although that's a whole other thing as well. Are you actually weird? You're just you. You're just being you. And what is weird anyway? I mean, there's different levels of that. But to embark in self-development, making yourself feel good about yourself, which is what I went into, by the way. I went into that world because I think it actually saved me and saved a lot of captured, and I broke the negativity. I mean, we still get it. I'm human. I still had those thoughts, but it's great that he was able to put this in a song and for others to love and respect, and with his vocal and the kind of broken up vocal fry that is reimbursed throughout the song, and just captured so beautifully, where you might think it's a rugged kind of song, you know, oh, it's depressing, it's all this kind of stuff, what'd you listen to that for? Actually, it's such a beautiful song, I think, and without it, where would we be now? Anyway, yeah, and like I said, it's been covered so many times throughout the years. How many years is that? Quick maths, really bad, can't do it. And it's something that I think will go on for a very, very long time, despite them sort of hating it and performing it, which I understand as well. So there you go, a beautiful song. I hope you enjoyed that. I haven't even seen how long this video is. I'm sweating. Sorry to get like disgusting with you, but it is so hot. So I'm going to leave it there. I know I probably have missed out quite a lot, but I like to think I added some things. Oh, can't play. Can't play. Okay. You do belong here, every single one of you. And I think a lot of it creeps onto mental health as well. And get help, guys, not to go too deep and dark, but you know, a lot of us suffer, especially these times as well. I find it's been incredibly hard for people. So I think just embrace who you are and know you're not alone, and you are freaking amazing, you know, and get it down, write it down, sing it, speak to someone cool. Google is your friend. Okay. Get some fresh air, drink lots of water. I've got my massive bottle here, by the way. I skipped the tiny bottle. I've had to move on and move on to a higher, bigger bottle just for now until winter comes, or autumn. And I thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. If you've made it to the end, I would actually give you a medal, because that is quite something, isn't it? And if you haven't, well, you're not really a super fan. Actually, that reminds me. Hi, Patreons. That was a really weird laugh and cringy at the same time. Hello, Patrons. How are you doing? If you want to join the super fan, the team, the stand, the army, Rebecca's army. If you can actually think of a better name for that, then please let me know. Beck's army. Let me know. But hello, patrons. I hope you're doing well, and I love you all so much. I love the non-patrons. Your favoritism, or is there? And if you want me to talk about another song, then please comment down below. And obviously check me out on Spotify myself. I am releasing my own music. I have been doing for a long time, and then I didn't for a long time, and now I'm kind of back in the seat of getting my songs out. So r.va, just type in Golden Daffodils, for example, it will come up, and all the other songs there. And I will be doing my own playlist on there. Well, I have sort of started, but I'm a bit slow. So many things to do. And obviously check out Discord, but that's for now private on Patreon, so you might want to check that out. Upload your singing to me, wizio.com/Rebecca Vocal Athlete. Go on RebeccaVocalAthlete.com, which is my website. And obviously I do vocal coaching lessons. It's always a given. I don't really mention it because I think it's a bit obvious for what I do. And or if you want me to do a voiceover, let me know. Let me know. Better. Or anything like that, I do that as well. I do voiceovers, so yay. Or accents, impressions. More reacts to come. More yickety yakety yibbering. I've done well, haven't I? Do you think I've done quite well considering? If you've actually reached this level as well, then my God, you deserve an award. You've gone up from a medal to an actual award, like a BAFTA or something. Anyway, lots of love to you guys. Thank you so much. Hashtag never stop singing. Hashtag, I can't talk now. I've talked so much. It's done it. It's done it to me. Hashtag you're never alone. Hashtag be yourself. Okay? You are worthy. You are amazing. Keep singing. Keep working on your voice, your mind, and your body. Check out thesingingjournal.com. Do it now. Save yourself. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Take it down.